Hi guys, good morning. You guys are able to see my screen and able to hear me?
Hi Vishnu, good morning. Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Thank you. And any doubts in the previous classes? No? Okay. Fine guys. Now that we have seen methods, okay, we can go ahead and see some other things. Okay. When I say some other things, we can start with basics of objects, guys. Okay, basics of objects. Now, whatever we have seen, we have seen some of the data type and all those things. But now we'll be starting the basics of objects. Okay. Now, just give me 1 minute. Okay. And before I can start about the basics of objects, I wanted to show you something called as something called as packages in Java. Okay. Packages in Java. Now, if I right click on your source folder, okay, if you remember the structure of the project, it is very, very simple. If you go into your project, this is your project location, and if I go in there, you will see there is a source folder wherein you have all your .java files or source file, and there is a bin folder wherein you have all your bytecode, okay, .class files. Now, normally what will gonna happen is when you are developing a framework in Selenium, okay, they will divide the source folder into other folders. Like one folder might be functions folder, another folder might be regression package, regression folder, another folder might be smoke folder. Okay, like this you will have many folders, guys. Like this you will have many folders. And why they want to do these folders is the reason is very, very simple. The reason is they want to keep the regression related test scripts into separate folder, smoke related test scripts into separate folder, functions, folder will have all the reusable methods and all. What are reusable methods? We'll be seeing it, guys, very soon. Okay. So basically, they will be putting these codes into different folders. Okay, for maintenance purpose. That's it. Now, the same folders in Java are called as packages. Okay, and the packages name of the packages starts always like this. Okay, for example, you work for Citibank. Okay, and you're creating, say you're working on some company, and you are working on a project which is of Citibank. You'll probably name your packages like this. will be one of your package. Second package might be com.citi dot regression, com dot city dot functions. This you will see many packages. Okay, so let me create a package called as just. Okay, so normally you will have many packages. Okay, now what I will do, I'll create. Now if you see your source folder, now if you see your source folder, there is no other folder inside it. Now I'll right click, I'll new, I'll say package, and I will say form.merge dot merge dot, and I will say something like objects. Okay, objects examples. Okay, something like this. Now if you see, I have given package name like this. Okay, com.merge.pack1. Now if I click finish, what will gonna happen is inside your source folder a folder named com will be created. A folder named com will be created. Inside this com, a folder named merc will be created, and inside this merc folder there will be a folder named pack1 will be created, and inside this pack1 a folder named objects example will be created. That's how it works. Whenever you give a dot, it means that inside the source folder, this is your directory, create a folder called com, inside that create a folder called merc, inside that create a folder called pack1, inside that objects example. Okay, now we're gonna see that so far if you see there is nothing inside it, and this is my package name. I just put it here. This is my package name I'm giving, and I'm clicking on finish. Okay, and there is no folders inside it now. If I click finish, you will see there is a folder called com, as we discussed. Com, this one. Inside that you will gonna get merc, as we discussed. Inside that pack1 here. Inside pack1 objects example, this is this. That's it guys, and right now it is empty, and you're gonna see that package being listed here, right here. And if I right click on my package, and if I say new new class, if I right click on my package and if I say new class, and if I say something like user, okay, my class name is user, you're gonna see a class, whatever I have created, it is right here. It is right here in the user folder. And so what package I have created, com.merc.pack1.object example. In that I have a class called user class. Okay, and if you go to the bin folder, this is right now I'm in source folder. If I go to the bin folder, same com.merc.pack1.example, in that user.class has been put guys. Okay, that is how it works. User.class has been put, and that's it guys, that's it about the package. Now if you see about the package is nothing but, if you see something like this, just a minute. Package is nothing but it's a folder structure. See, it's a folder structure. That's it. Someone asks you packages. What are packages? Packages are used to store your code, okay, in the form of folders, guys. Okay, so it's when I created com.merc.pack1 dot object examples. So it created folders called com, inside it merc, pack1 and object example. That is all you need to know, guys.
Vishal,
Yes.
why are we creating these many, I mean, com, merc, and pack? I
Yeah,
mean,
so
is this required
I
to create all these three?
normally that's what when I discussed about the package structure, they will create name like this com dot city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is the what they say URL of your the host. Okay, and then they will give you what that package actual package name. Okay, actual package name is only smoke. Okay, this one it's an industry standard. Okay, tomorrow if at all you're working on some other thing, for example, just a minute, tomorrow you're working on some other project. Okay, so and your client that time is someone else, you might give com dot city dot something. Okay, and if at all say developers also follows the same structure, they will say com dot city dot they give, since their application will be much more complex, they will give the application name also. Say application name is easypod, EASYPOD, easypod dot what is the module they are working on. Say the module is reminder module, okay, which sends SMS reminder and those kinds of reminders. They will say reminder. Okay, this is how they follow it in the industry. Okay, it's not that it is compulsory. No, if you want.
No, but here the package name is just the last name, like smoke regression. So what is this? You call it as a com dot city. This is standard, but what do you call it?
No, actually the package name, what I'm saying is this is the package name. This is entirely is the package name. If at all someone asks you what is the package name, you have to say com.city.functions. Okay, but when you talk, okay, normally when you talk, okay, and when you have say you are talking within your team, okay, within your team, say he will not say there are these three packages in your project. Okay, he will not say create the class in your in city dot com dot city dot smoke package. Okay, he might say create your class. Okay, whatever I told you to create, please create it in the smoke package, because you guys know that only these things are there. Okay, smoke, there is a package called smoke regression or the function. Okay, this what I said, actual package name means actually your code will be only in this folder. Okay, these are the outer folder, guys. Okay, that is what I'm meaning to say. But in effect, someone asks you what is the package. The package is this complete package com.city.smoke. That is how it will be. Okay, and this is how they follow it in the industry. And if you see here, see, if at all you see Java itself, how they follow it. This is how they follow it. If you see the Java, whatever I maximize the reference library, they will say com dot sun was sun microsystem is the one who started Java. Okay, they will give the then cobra or corba, what I don't know. Okay, se dot impl dot login. Okay, so since Java is much more complex, they will use like this. Okay, com dot sun dot java dot util dot jar dot pack. Okay, inside that these class files will be there. You see, not here. rt.jar, not here, just a minute, this is the result, rt.jar. Okay, these are all the packages. Inside the packages you will have these classes. Okay, that's it.
So there are some predefined packages which you can import in your program to use some inbuilt function in that, right?
mm, Predefined
I mean,
package.
what is the basic use of package?
Basic use of package, to be frank, okay, that is not the use. Okay, now what you said just now, you can import, that is not the use. Okay, yes, you can import, but the the basic you why they went with the concept called packages, because they want a first reason is this: they wanted to have different codes in different uh, folders. Okay, this was the first thing. Now second thing is, using this package, using this package we can define, say there are three packages, say um, I'll say smoke package and regression package and functions package. Okay, now within this package, a function package has a class. Using this package structure you can define who can access this class, or who can access the variables of this class. Who can access the variable of this class, that can be done by using the package structure. We're not going to discuss right now about, you know accessibility, like what we discussed, public, whatever we saw, right? I mean, so far, whenever you used to see, we saw something called as public here. Public, okay. Public coupled along with the package structuring, we can help you, you know the access privileges. These are the only two uses of packages. One, you want to create, or keep your code related to a particular module into one folder. Okay, the second thing is, you can use this particular folders along with this access modifier, that is something called as public, private, and there are protected and default. Okay, use these things to define who can access your code. Okay, who can access your code, that's it. These are the only two things, and these things we will be discussing when I talk about this public, private, protected, and something called as default. But the basic reason is only these two: to give the access privilege and to keep your different codes, in different locations. That's it. So that you are not putting everything in the same file, same folder, and you are not making, you are keeping your code separately. That is the thing, guys. Okay, nothing more than that. So you can import your packages and all those things. That you are importing, that's because you want to import. Okay, that's it. Any other thing?
You mean to say there are two different use. This one, as you said, that we can put a different code in different location, and also there are some predefined package which we can also use, right?
No, the only two uses is, one is, say you want to keep your code neat in the sense, say there are 100 files you are writing. Okay, and you know that out of these 100 files, 30 files are belongs to the regression package. Okay, the regression related code. So you will create a folder or a package called regression package, and you will put there. Say out of that, remaining 70 related to smoke test cases or smoke test script. So you will create a folder, or what you call that, a package called smoke, and you will put it there. Okay, this is so it's like basically you are getting this option of keeping your code separately. Okay, so tomorrow you want to work on the regression code. Okay, you have to probably work on this code, this particular package alone. What is that? Regression package. Okay, so you want to keep your code neat. That is the first thing. And the second thing is you can use these keywords called as public or private and protected, and there is something called as default. Okay, you can use these keywords along with these package structures to define who can access which code. In the sense, if there is some code in functions package, so it is there in the different folders. Now you can apply these keywords at appropriate places and define if there is a class in functions called util class, who can access this class, whether regression, all the classes in the regression package can access this class, or smoke package can access this class. That can be done by using these package structures. That's it, guys. But that these are the only two uses. One is you want to keep your code neat by keeping different codes in different folders. That's the first use. The second use is you can use this keywords, these kinds of keywords, to define who can access your code. Okay, who can access your code. That's it. If at all you say I don't want to go there, okay, right now, because this particular discussion we'll be discussing it in later chapters. If at all you say default, okay, if at all you say something called as default, then that particular code can be accessed only inside that particular package. You cannot access that code outside the package. Say in the regression package, I have a class called user class, and I define this user class as default class. Okay, then this class can only be accessed inside the regression package. It cannot be accessed inside the smoke package. Okay, so all these things we can do. These are the two important things. One is you want to keep your code neat, different codes in different folders. The second one is you can use this access privileges along with this folders, that is packages, to define who can view your code and who cannot access your code, who can access your code and who cannot. Okay, these are the only two uses. Still confusing? And we will be discussing it later. Okay, this is not the exact, I cannot give you the practical example. That's because we have not covered what you call that objects in Java. Okay, we are just starting with the objects now. But as of now, you have to just remember packages are nothing but the folders. That's it at this point of time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, so I have created two packages. Sorry, only one package. A package named object examples. Okay, and I'll randomly keep on creating the examples. Okay, these packages. Okay, and I am creating right now. That's because not because of any other reason, but I want to keep it like tomorrow. If I see what role is covered, I can see just by package name I'll be able to know what role I have covered. Okay, that is the only reason I'm using packages. Okay, here when I'm teaching. But when we develop the framework, we'll be using proper naming convention and everything. Now say, so far we have seen class with main method, class with main method, and we might have done SYSOUT. Hello. Okay, and now if I run this, It is printing hello, okay, whatever I told you to print. But is this how happens in world, guys? Okay, you will have a main method and all. Every class will have main method. That's the first thing. Every class will have main method. And the answer is no. Every class will not have the main method. Now, what the second thing is, we have seen we are running this class. Okay, so how to run two classes? Two classes in the sense, say I have one more class called as student class. Student class. Okay, and say student class has a method public void greet. Okay, student class has a method, and you say hi, good morning. Now my requirement is something like this. I should be able to call this greet greet method from here. How to do that? Those things we'll be seeing now. Okay, how to call this particular method from this class. Okay, that is what you need to know. That's because why you need to know that is, that's because say whatever code that we write, our code will be inside the source src folder. Okay, inside that there might be a subfolder called com, merc, pack1 and objects. Okay, but the main root directory will be src folder. Is it that every code we write? No, we don't write each and every code, but we will be heavily relying on Java, guys. Okay, heavily relying on Java. Now I have a string. I have a string called string name is equal to India. String name equals to India. If someone wants to convert this string into uppercase, okay, someone wants to convert this string into uppercase, okay, this is the code. Okay, name is equal to name dot to uppercase. Okay, and I'm not teaching you this right now, how to convert the string into uppercase, but I'm telling you this is the code to convert a string into uppercase. Now if you print this string, that is name, it will gonna be written in the uppercase, guys. Okay, it will gonna written in the uppercase, say India. Now what I am saying is, this particular naming convention might not be familiar to you. What is this name dot to uppercase? Okay, but if you see here, if you see here, I'm going into how I got this page as of now. Don't worry. Okay, and there is a class called as string dot class. Okay, there is a class called string class. In that there is a method called as to uppercase. And if at all you are wondering where it is there in somewhere over here. If you see, it is here. Now if you ask me from where it is coming, let's go back. Okay, let's go up. Okay. It is there in a package called java.lang. And now if you ask me, This java.lang package is from where, if you see, if I'm going up, it is there in rt.jar. rt.jar. Now rt.jar is coming with what? Your Java system library, whatever you have installed. So if you see here, this in rt.jar, there is a class called string class. Inside that string class, there is a package. There is a sorry. In rt.jar, there is a package called java.lang. Java.lang package is there, and inside that package, there is a class called string class, and inside that string class, there is a method called to uppercase. Okay, so if you see, say this is your rt.jar, then inside that you have a package called java.lang. Inside that there is a class called string class. Inside that there is a method called to uppercase. Okay, and that method we are calling here, guys. Okay, now you guys might not understand how we are calling it and all, because I have not told you objects. Okay, and that is exactly what we are trying to learn now. Okay, that is exactly we are trying to learn how to call one class from another class. Okay, how to call, say I have two classes, one is student class and one is user class. Okay, how can I call this greet method which is there in the student class in the user class? Okay, that is what we'll be learning. And I'll just remove this. Okay, and it student class might have also some globe. Okay, before even I go for this objects, okay, the first step in the objects is what are local variables and what are global variables. Okay, that is what I need to tell you guys. Say there is a method, and if at all I'm writing int x equal to 20, any variable that is there inside a method are called as local variables. Say you have a method called as greet method, public void public static void greet, and you say string greeting is equal to good morning. Okay, so greeting is a local variable, x is also a local variable, and if at all you say string name, name is also a local variable. Okay, and here args is also local variable, but I don't want to highlight more about args because it's these are the args, whatever you are seeing the highlighted part, that comes in arrays. Okay, and arrays we have not yet discussed, guys. Okay, but any variable which is inside a method are called local variables. Okay, when I say inside a method, it's about you have declared it inside a method. Okay, now string greeting that I have declared inside greet method, and int x I have declared inside main method. So int x is the local variable, and string greeting is also a local variable. Any doubts, any one of you, when I say a local variable? No? Okay. And even this name is a local variable, guys. Name is also a local variable. Okay. But there will be something called as, I can do string country is equal to India. Now, is this country belongs to any of the method? No, I have not declared it inside any method. So this is called as global variable, guys. Global in the sense it will be accessible everywhere. You can access this country variable inside main method also, inside greet method also, or any method that you have in this class, anywhere in this class, from here till the end of this class, you can access this country variable, guys. So this is the basic difference between local variable and the global variable. Once you know the basic, the second thing is, if at all say, I'll make it here is static. Okay, I have not discussed what is static and what is non-static. Now I can, if I want, I can say SYSOUT country, I can say, and the same country I can access it here also, because country is a variable, global variable, and it can be accessed everywhere, everywhere. And can someone tell me why I'm printing it twice? Country here also, country here also. Two times I'm printing, but only one time it is getting printed. Can someone tell me?
Because it's a global variable where you have declared on country equal to India, and under this greet method, this is uh, local to the method.
Okay. So why it is not getting printed twice?
Because we're not calling that method.
Okay, yeah, that is the answer. Because we are not, simply because we are not calling the greet method. Your execution starts at line number 8, then line number 9. Unless you call this method somewhere here in main method, your greet method will not be executed. Okay, it has nothing to do with the global and local, guys. Okay, that is the thing. It is just that we are not calling this method, so it will not get printed. Now, if at all you call this greet here and you pass something like, okay, USA, I'm not, whatever I'm passing, I'm not making use of it, but I'm just passing. Now you will see India being printed twice. Now you will see India being printed twice, guys. Okay, that is what you can see. Now, you know, global variables can be accessed anywhere in the class. Okay, starting from here, once it is declared till the end of your class, you can access it anywhere. But local variables, say name is a local variable here, you cannot access it here in your main method. You cannot say name. It will say what is name. I cannot find what is name. That is what it will tell you. Okay. The same way, x is a local variable here. You cannot access it SYSOUT in one more method x. It will gonna give you this error called as x cannot be resolved to a variable. X cannot be resolved to a variable. Okay, but you want to access the x here, that's fine, because it is local to that particular method, guys. Okay, that is the thing. This is about the local variable and the global variable. Okay, Now, one more thing is, if at all I'm saying country India, okay, and here also I have saying string country is equal to USA. String country equals to USA. And I'm trying to say print SYSOUT country. Now the question is whether the global variable and the local variables are different. Now, when I do something like this country, is this different from this country? That I mean to say, in this class, there are two different variables. And what will happen if I say if I say directly country? Okay. Now, which one will be accessed? And the answer is yes. This country is different. This country is different, guys. Okay, that is what you need to know first. Okay, there will be two different variables. Now it is printing USA. That's because if at all you have the same local and the global variable, the preference will be given to the local variable. The preference will be given to the local variable. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is you can definitely say int x is equal to int roll number. Okay, I'll say static int roll number. Okay, I've not initialized roll number to anything, and if I say SYSOUT and if I call this roll number, you will gonna see some default value being printed. See, it is printing 0. In the same way, if I say static boolean flag, I'm not initializing it to anything. Okay, and if I say SYSOUT flag, it will be initialized to some value that is false. See, false. So global variables, if you don't initialize, it will be initialized to some value, guys. Okay, some default value, and you need not remember what is the default value for a number, what is the default value for flag. Okay, if you want to remember. Okay, but yes, the default value for any number types, it will be 0. If it is float, it might be 0.0, but it is basically 0. And for boolean, it is false. If at all you say string and public, sorry, static string name, okay, and you say SYSOUT, that is system.out.println, and you say name, it will be initialized to null, guys. Okay, it will be initialized to null. But local variables, if you say int x, if you don't initialize it to something, you cannot access it. SYSOUT x, this one will gonna give you the compilation error. And what is that compilation error? It is telling you that local variable x may not have been initialized. So it means that global variables, when declared, are initialized to some default value, but local variables have to be initialized explicitly. Without initializing, you cannot access the value of the local variable. I'm trying to print the value of local variable here. I cannot do this. That's because x is not initialized. Any doubts?
Have you told about this static keyword?
No, static keyword I have not told. That will come
Because you are
from the
putting
object.
static everywhere, so
Yes, correct. I have not told about the static keyword yet.
okay.
Yeah.
So we can also define without static also all the variables.
Yes, we will be seeing it later on. Yeah, we can define. But if at all you define it like this, okay, now there will be some rules and things are there, okay, but we will not be seeing right now what is and how it differs and all. But we are definitely not discussed what is static.
Okay.
Okay, we are just discussing a global variable. What is the exact difference between global variable and the local variable? Any other doubt? Yeah, no doubt. Okay. Now, one thing is for sure, the global variables have to be initialized before using it. Okay. Now, if I close this, now coming back to this, I said I have two classes. One is student class and one is user class. And I'm gonna remove all these things. And I'm gonna remove all these things. Okay. Now, what I want to tell you guys is, if at all I have in student class, I have a global variable called string name. Okay. And I'm initializing it to say j. Okay. There's a local global variable called name, and I'm initializing it to j. Okay. And I will have int roll number equals to 22. Okay. I don't have any methods here, nothing. Okay. Now I want to access the variables of the student class, and we'll be seeing how to go ahead and do that. Okay. I want to access the variables of the student class, and probably I will do something like this. I will say student student s equals to new of student. Student s equals to new of student. Student s equals to new of student. And what is this? I'll be telling you in a couple of minutes, guys. Okay. Now, if you want to access this name and the roll number property, all you need to do is s dot name and s dot roll number. That's it. Now, if you run this, you will be able to print this. Okay. And similarly, if at all you have any method, say public void greet, okay, and you say sysovt good morning, you can say s dot Greet. Now it will also call this greet method as well. And what is this student s equals to new of student? We will be discussing this. Okay, that is the thing. And you give me 2 minutes, Shika. Okay, I'll be right back because there is some problem here with the internet. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right, Shika, you are able to hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Now, this is how we can access the variables of one more class and methods of one more class. Okay, and the question is, if at all I have a local variable, say string country is equal to India, can I access this local variable here? Can I say s dot country? No, I cannot say s dot country. Only the global variables and the methods can be accessed. Only the global variables and the methods can be accessed, guys. Okay, that's what you need to know. Only the global variables and the methods can be accessed. Okay, because when this local variable cannot be accessed outside this method itself, okay, outside this method, there is no way it can be accessed outside this class, because if at all I'm doing it here, it's outside the class, correct? So there is no way, when you cannot access it outside the method, there's no way you can access it outside the class. Okay, that is the thing. Local variables cannot be accessed like this. Only the global variables you can access and the methods. Now you, when you have something like this, you might be wondering, what is this student s equals to new of student?
So object.
Yes, it's actually, when you say new of student, it is actually creating an object of student class. Okay, now what is the object of the student class? Okay, that is what we'll be learning, guys. Okay, the object of the student class is something like this. Say student class has a property called, okay, variables. I will also say property going forward. Okay, a property called name property. Say it takes 2 bytes of memory. Roll number property takes 1 byte of memory. Okay, and say greet method takes, just a hypothetical thing, say 2 bytes of memory. Okay, so totally your student class takes 5 bytes of memory. Okay, now when you say student s equals to new of student, what happens is, in the computer memory, okay, on your RAM, some memory will be allocated for your running program. Okay, in that running program you will have something like this, that is, say this is your code, this is your code. So this one will gonna take 2 bytes, this one will gonna take 1 byte, and this greet method will take 2 bytes. Okay, totally 5 bytes. totally 4 bytes. So in your computer memory, okay, something like this, some memory will be allocated for this particular object, okay, and the object 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's a continuous memory, okay, and your object has covered, has occupied 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4, and 5 blocks. These 5 blocks are covered by, and it's a continuous memory, okay, are covered by your object. Now when you say here student s equals to new of student, a variable called s will be generated, and say this memory location starts with 2000. 2000. This location will be 2001, 2002. This one will be 2003. This is 2004. This is not occupied by this object. Say some other object occupied, or it's a free space. Okay, you never know. 5 and 6. Okay, and it will keep on going like this. And this S will have the memory address of first memory address occupied by this student object. So S will have 2000. That is how they say that variable S is pointing to this particular object. This particular object. Variable S is pointing to this particular object. Now, if you go ahead and print S, SYSOUT, what you're gonna get? You should be getting, if this is the true, if this is true, okay, if your S variable will hold the memory address of your object, first memory address of your object, then S, when I print S, it should print the memory address. And if you run this and see Java application, you will see it is giving you the memory address, guys. In fact, it is giving you the entire package name, class name, then it is putting one @ symbol, and then it is giving you the memory address, because your S will have the memory address of that particular object, and memory address is 15DB9742. That's the memory address, guys. Any doubt here? No doubt? Okay. Now similarly, you can have something like this. Say this is S1. Okay, I'll make this one as S1. You're printing this. Okay. Similarly, you might have something called as S2, and you can print S2, okay, if you want. Now you will gonna see two different memory address. Now how it works is, this is the most important thing to know. When you print an object directly, what will be printed? It will be, they say that, sometimes they also say that it's a hash value, okay, but don't worry what is hash value and all, but always remember, when you print a object directly, it will print the memory address of that object, okay, and you can create as many objects you want. Now when I see something like this, I'm just waiting for this one to open. Yeah, not this one, just a minute. Okay, now when you say student S student s1 equals to new of student. Okay, what will gonna happen is there will be a variable called s1, and it will have the memory address of this particular memory address. Okay, and this object will be somewhere over here. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and I will say this is my actual object. Okay, and first memory location of that address is this one. Okay, and it will be keep on going like this. Okay, and your j will be, and this is just a hypothetical. Okay, I don't know how much bytes the string takes. Okay, to be frank, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just giving you a hypothetical condition here. It will have a j, it will have 22 here, and it will have this entire method, that is greet method, will be in this. Okay, now when someone says student s2 equals to new of student, it will create one more thing called as s2, and its memory address is this one, and it will have the similar thing, whatever you are seeing here, similar, what you call this, the structure, but it will be,
So one variable is taking two memory address.
this is what you need to know. Correct. Now this is what I wanted you to understand. That's correct. When you create objects, this object is different and this object is different. Okay, and all your confusion will start here, guys. Okay, and this is where your actual Java starts. Whatever we have learned so far, it's not actually Java. Okay, it's actually some basics about programming. Okay, this is what you need to know. When you create, when you say new of student, what happens is the exact copy of your class will be created in some memory location. And if you say that new of student one more time, one more copy will be created. This is the fundamental thing to know about objects. Every time you
No,
say,
that is fine.
mhm,
You are creating two objects, so two times it is allocating the memory.
okay,
But as you have mentioned here, see the J is
uh-huh,
pointing to two memory bytes, four
no,
two
no,
and the four.
see,
That's my doubt.
okay, say the doubt is like, okay, then what you think, it is not possible, or what exactly you're trying to say?
No, I'm asking you.
Okay,
The
now,
one variable is pointing to two
no,
memory
no,
byte location.
no, it's not the variable here. J is a value.
Yeah, sorry, value. So the one value is taking two place of, I mean, there is, you have defined one byte for each memory location. I mean, you have some blocks over there.
Correct, correct.
So I thought,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, J will be pointing to just one location. This is 4 2, and then other value which be again pointing to some other memory blocks. So here you see this 4 2 and 4 3 just with J, and the 4 4 and 4 5 is with other. I mean, that's the
Okay,
confusion.
okay, okay, okay. Got it. No, it doesn't work like this. It is like this, okay? You cannot say J is pointing, okay? J is not a variable, okay? So that's the first thing. J is not pointing to anything. Say there is these memory locations, okay? Say there are some memory locations and something like this, okay? And if at all someone tells you, say there are now 9 memory locations, not 9, 12 memory location. Someone tells you write j here in this box and write j here also. It's not possible? It's very much possible, and that is exactly is what is happening. Whenever you say new of objects, it will create the exact copy of this particular thing at some other memory location. Exact copy of this particular object you will see in some other memory location. And this is a different object and this is the different object. Okay, and this is where your object starts. Okay, and this is what you need to know. Everything, when you say new of a class, any class name, whatever memory that is needed for that class will be allocated, guys. Say that that class needs 10 bytes of memory. 10 bytes of memory will be allocated for that particular class. And say here you don't say j. Okay, if you say just this one more thing, then it will not be written j here, but memory will be, it will be empty thing, but memory will be definitely be allocated. No other thing can claim this memory. This memory is specifically for object called s1. Object called s1. This particular entire memory, 5 bytes of memory, will be for entirely for what is that? S1 object. And this 5 bytes are for S2 objects, and no one else can claim it. This is the thing, guys. And similarly, if at all you make 22 instead of 22, you don't give anything, it will be made as 0, guys. It will be made as 0. Okay, this is how it works. Now, what I will gonna do is I'll just change it. Now, I said S1 and S2, two objects I'm creating here. You know, two objects I'm creating. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'll print the name variable s1 dot name, and I'll also print s2 dot name. S2 dot name. It says JJ, but I can only change the values of S2 object. And if you say S2 dot name is equal to Vishal, if I say, now it will change. Here it was J here, and here also J. Okay. Now if you change S2 dot name is to Vishal, what you're gonna see is it will erase J and Vishal will be printed here, guys. Okay, that is how it works. Now if I say run as Java application, see, initially it was J, and right before changing also I'll print. Okay, run as Java application, it printed J, and I've changed it to Vishal. And I'm printing it again, so it will be printed as Vishal. Okay, if I want to show you the debug view of this, it will be something interesting to know. Okay. Now only one variable is there, that is args. I will say f6. See, one object got created at the memory address this. It has two variables, one is name, another one is roll number. If I say f6 again, one more object will be created, but its memory address is this memory address. Okay, it also has two variables. Okay, now if I say I'm printing it, print. Okay, now I'm saying s2 dot name is equal to Vishal, so this one will gonna change from J to Vishal. Okay, so let's see that, guys. See, it got changed from J to Vishal, and that is how it works. Now if I print s2 dot name line number 11, it will gonna print Vishal to me. See, it is printing Vishal. Okay, and that is exactly how it works, guys. Okay, the fundamental thing to know is whenever you create a new keyword, okay, it will allocate the memory for that particular object. A new memory will be allocated for that particular object. That is the thing. Any doubt, Shika? You're getting confused or anything, you can ask me. Okay, and you can, when you say s2 dot roll number is equal to something, okay, it will change only this object. Okay, it will not gonna change this particular object. Okay, so that is one more thing to know. And like this, you can keep on creating the objects. Okay, you can keep on creating the objects. Okay, there is absolutely no limit on it. You can keep on creating the objects, as many objects you want, and there is absolutely no limit on it. The limit is,
Hello,
yeah, hello.
can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. You were talking before.
Uh, I was having some connection issue,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's like again and again reconnecting.
Oh, okay, okay. You asked something to me.
No, I have some confusion, but I think it will be clear
No, you
later
tell me.
on because
Hmm. What is the confusion?
I mean,
We can discuss. No issues. Go ahead.
this one, as you said that whenever we create an object, it always allocate a memory, right?
Yes.
Some
New
space in the
memory.
memory. So
Yeah.
main memory. So here, as you have created this S2
Hmm.
object,
Okay.
and when you are trying to print this S2 dot name,
Hmm.
so here the name which you are, I mean, name is a variable,
Yes.
and you are trying to s2 dot name, you are allocating the value, I mean the name, into s2. What are you doing in the third and fourth line, the first program?
No. I did not understand. I am allocating the name into S2. That I did not understand.
Huh.
What is that?
You see the 10th line of your program.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
So that one, what are you doing in this?
Okay. Now what I'm doing is in the 10th line. So there are two objects like this. Okay. Two objects, and both objects name property had value of j. Correct. And it is also
Hmm.
22 here, and it is also 22. Okay. Now
Hmm.
I want to change name property of one of the object. There are two different objects here. One is this object, one is this object. I want to change the name property of second object from Jay to Vishal. How to do that? You have to do it by this particular thing. You cannot say name, simply name equals to Vishal, because you have to say which object, that is s2 object name dot, sorry, s2 dot name. How you are accessing the name property of s2 object? You are saying s2 dot name, right, while printing. The same way you have to say s2 dot name equals to Vishal. If you want to change, I want to change, it was Jay here, I want to change it to Vishal. I'll do like this. And similarly, you want to change, this is what property, this is a roll number property of s1 object. I want to change it from 22 to 100. I'll probably write like this. uh, s1 dot roll number is equal to 100. So what will gonna happen is this one 22 will be erased and 100 will be printed here. This is what exactly is happening. Okay, and now if you see sysovt s1 dot roll number, Just a minute.
So the output would be s1 dot name j and s2 dot name.
No, what is the role? What is the output of which line you are saying?
See, the eighth line you have written system dot out println s1 dot name and then s2 dot name. So
Okay,
that will also have some.
that will also have some.
I mean, this will also print something, no, in the console.
S1 dot name will print the name property, value of the
Hmm.
name property of S1 object. S2 dot name will
J.
print the name, whatever is value here, it will be printed. And S2 dot name will be printing me whatever value is here. Okay, let's see, guys. Okay, let's see. I'll show you in the debug mode. Okay, this is what you need to concentrate on. Okay, now right now I have only one variable, and the variable name is args. Now I am executing this line. Now I can see there is a variable called s1 right here. There is a variable called s1, and it has two properties. Name is Jai and roll number equals to 22. Any confusion here after executing line number 6, you see something like this. Any confusion here, you can let me know. No? Okay. Now I am executing line number 7. You see one more object got created. First s1 object location is this location, but s2 object location is different location, and it also has name equals to Jai, roll number equals to 22. Now line number 8, I am printing name property of s1 object, that is Jai will be printed. Name property of s2 I'll be printing on line number 9. That will also gonna print me Jai. Okay, so line number 8 will print me Jai, line number 9 also will print me Jai. But now I am saying s2 dot name equals to Vishal, means I will be changing this one from Jai to Vishal. Let's see, have a look at this and check whether this gets changed or not. Okay, and it will not gonna change, it will not gonna change this, it will only change this one s2 dot name. Okay, now if I say f6, see it got changed into Vishal. See right here, it got changed into Vishal, but this one remained the same. Now I am printing s2 dot name, it will gonna print me Vishal here. Down at the bottom in the console, if I say s2 dot name, it will be printed as Vishal. Now I am printing s1 dot roll number. If I print s1 dot roll number, it should print me 22. Okay, so let's go ahead and check whether it is printing 22 down at the bottom. It is print 22, and I'm just typing this before changing something like that, but it is printing 22. Now you can see it will be changed. If I execute line number 13, it will be changed from 22 to 100, but this one will remain 22. It will not be changed. It will not be changed, guys. This one will not be changed. Only this roll number will be changed. to 22 because I'm saying s1 dot roll number. The roll number property associated with s1 objects will alone be changed. If I do this, see, you can see it got changed to 100, but this one still 22, you can see. And I'm printing now again, printing yes one. That's the reason it is printing after changing 100 after changing. So still any doubt you can ask me, Shika.
No, it's
No?
clear.
Clear? Okay. See, we will also learn how to do the debugging and all. But yeah, the debugging when you do know step by step, that's when it will be much more clear. Okay. But only one thing I want you to take from today's class, that is, whenever you do a new of something, okay, a new set of memory addresses will be allocated for that object. Okay, that is the only thing I want you to remember. And whatever we just discussed. Okay, and that's it for today, Ashika. And we'll be
Okay.
meeting tomorrow. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.